Hey, hello everyone. Bob here, and welcome to tonight's episode of Perfumes in Paradise. I forgot what last week's or yesterday's episode was, but tonight's episode is titled Pulling Off a Perfume. And it was inspired just this morning, and I'm thinking about it as I was at a stop sign at work. The last couple of comments I've gotten on my videos, I was very happy to receive. Maybe you're watching now, but it was on my BLeue or BLeue kind of semi-review and thoughts about gals pulling this off. Can you pull this off today? And both a gal and a guy commented about pulling this off or pulling off perfumes, and they were young people. I think most of my audience is much younger than I am, but I'm with them in spirit because I'm a perpetual adolescent. I'm an old guy, but refuse to grow up. I think that makes me a good Dior boy. Not so much the grown father figure, but perpetual adolescent, kind of like, refusing to grow up. Intellectually and all there, but maybe like acting grown up and mature. Well, that's another video, but I respected the comments very much, and it made me think of this video about, pulling off a fragrance. And mostly it's like, say, pulling off a fragrance that's much older than their genre, their age, but maybe like they're an old soul and they feel a connection with it, such as a SHALIMAR or a BLeue, or of course a Chanel, which is timeless. But you just don't slap this on and put on, you're an 18-year-old girl or a 30-year-old girl, and you put on your regular dress and you do your regular thing. This has got all the tradition and history behind it, and as so, does this, has even more. So on the subject of pulling off a perfume, and it's a wide subject. We can go on for hours, but keep this short. I'm going to keep this in generalities, right? Just speaking in general, all right? So, but maybe the main points of the important points of pulling off a fragrance, no matter who you are or what it is I'd say attitude, right? Attitude, your confidence level, your demeanor, okay, how you act. Obviously that's might be of main importance, on the front burner there. Second, another big subset of pulling off a perfume well, that subject would be, I would say, the occasion. The occasion regarding the perfume in question, the situation in which you're going to wear it. That should be well thought out. Right? Obvious. If you're going to an event, or if you're just going to work, or you're going to school, or you're going out to play football or basketball, or you're going shopping, grocery shopping, which is an everyday mundane thing. Obvious. So you should think about that. So you're wearing the perfume in question. Yeah, you can pull it off. I think generally with the right attitude, you can pull it off. But then you're wearing it to the wrong occasion, or maybe could even be the wrong climate or whatever. It's not going to work. Just because you love it, right? That's not the total reason. This thing right here is a real love of mine, and I don't know, it can be thought of as a very young, juvenile, or a person like me that refuses to grow up. I have no problem wearing this. I see it as like a party fragrance. Wear it to a festival, an evening concert, any time of the year, right? This is discontinued, and I love it. It's heavy, it's synthetic, but it's earthy. The patchouli I love, and the Amalfi lemon. But as goes their advertising, right? What's that guy's name? Iggy Pop or whatever. He's holding this, and look at the skull. Kind of a badass young juvenile perfume. And I have no problem with this because, as old as I am, and I'm old, but I mean, I've been told this, I'll be perpetually 23 or 29 years old, you know, just out of college, and I'm a jokester. When I'm comfortable with people, I'm always joking around and being facetious and all that. And I'm comfortable with that kind. I'm not a straight up serious guy. No dry humor here. Seriousness. So again, I have no problem pulling this off. And the reason why I have this, the Rive Gauche YSL, it's a great, simple fragrance. It's a classic, and anybody could wear it, right? But I would have a little bit of a problem wearing this because clean cut, fresh out of the shower, shaven, yeah, I do that, but kind of like the father figure. With kids and a family and a dad, and mature, serious, responsible, right? And lots of respect that way. So maybe I would look a little bit like, you know, not in my wheelhouse with this, because maybe my next life, but you know, I dressed casually and not so clean cut. I'm messy, that kind of thing, and you know, I'm a kid myself, instead of having a house full of kids and being the dad on the weekend and taking everyone out, kind of, you know, and very handsome, you know, not to take away, you know, very handsome, and I don't feel myself in that category. So I have an easier time pulling off a wacky fragrance like this, right? Because I don't act grown up. This is Black XS Lexi, and I don't like the original one, but I like this one a lot. And I got me another one of these. And then this is Rive Gauche. Discontinued this in this presentation, but they still have it out there. So that's a little bit of what I mean on that. Another criteria of pulling off a perfume would be definitely your dress, right? Or how you were dressing with that perfume and to that occasion, right? So fragrance is an accessory, right? It's part of your design. That's what designer houses make fragrance. They make shoes, they make pants and shirts and dresses. It's all a part of your look, your dress. So, you know, think if you're wearing something like this or something like these, ladies, of course you're gonna be mindful of how you're looking that night or that day. You know, apart from that, you like the way it smells. Now that has to be a given. You have to love it, right? You love how it smells, but you're thinking, can I still pull it off? Because it's so old, it's so outdated, all of these, right? And the answer is yes, you can do that, because you identify with that kind of genre, that feeling anyway. You dress uniquely, you dress to your own taste, you carry yourself the way where you're quiet, let's say, and reserved, maybe introverted, and you know, you carry beauty in your own way is the point. So what you wear on your body is a big statement, right? Your blouse, your dress, your shoes, your hair, your jewelry. Okay, so boom, of course that makes a big difference. So, but maybe the biggest thing is attitude, you know, confidence. Confidence, whether you're a guy or a gal, but with a certain degree of humility, right? Not conceit, right? In general, right? Humility and not too much self-confidence that you're overly bubbling with conceit. That's always good to have and good to carry through a room amongst others. Even like the greatest, the best smelling, or the most popular colognes these days, such as like a Ventus, it's not that easy to wear if you're not really. See, I don't pull off a Ventus that well. I don't have a Ventus, but I have a Ventus kind of fragrances. Maybe my favorite's Pineapple Vintage. But a Ventus is something special, I think. And say you're like a squeamish kind of introverted, perceivably a weak type of guy, you know. I'm not, you know, you say you're reserved and all that. With a Ventus, that doesn't seem right? That just doesn't go. Staying away from phrases like alpha man and all that, but you know, a Ventus, it brings thoughts and words of power, handsome, confidence, and strength, that kind of thing. You know, you might be an extrovert, and more so a guy that carries a room, carries his mates, and is liked, and all that, as opposed to maybe more of a quiet, weaker guy, or someone who's a little bit effeminate, for instance. So, yeah, that would be a good example of Ventus. So, on the subject of pulling off a perfume, I think it's a great subject. Let me know your thoughts and what you think, what you're concerned about, what you're self-conscious about. Sometimes you love a perfume, but you just don't wear it well, or you can't pull it off, but you just want to, or you like it, or you can't, you don't have the occasions. I think that's kind of maybe a popular sentiment. So let me know your thoughts on how to pull off a perfume, or can anyone pull off a perfume. It just depends on the setting, or sometimes pulling off a perfume is not reachable. I think that's true too. It's just not attainable in all the time, you know. So I think it's an interesting subject, and always an ongoing discussion in our fragrance community. Something that's daring, something that's outdated, something that's overstated or too understated. It's just not fitting, just like your dress, your tie, or your shoes. You know, you can overdo it, you can underdo it. You know, it's not all just subjectiveness. There's appropriateness, and you know, kind of like a standard that's agreeable, that's attractive. So, in that way, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I love to read them. So, I'll catch you back with another episode of Perfumes in Paradise tomorrow night. So, good night and aloha. Bye-bye.